10 years.
Wow.
10. Now, and I would say and I'll do the order protection. I see this every day. You see people walk in and you be like, oh, she got it together. She is the but you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And I get the opportunity every now and then to talk to some girls. And it's not just, it's guys being abused. They are just as trifling. I'm just going to put trifling as guys are. But it was one young lady, she just kept saying, I just love him. I said, do you love yourself? She said, yeah. I said, do you hit yourself? She said, no. I said, you cut yourself? No. I said, well, you have to love yourself. If you love yourself, you need to love him enough to leave him alone.
Amen. Right.
My situation was, this is being manipulated by someone outside the home, and there was an incident. Now, I am typically it takes a lot to get me riled up, I understand. And I tend to let stuff build up and build up and build up and build up. And I just wipe it out or whatever. You know, it can't faze me, blah, blah, blah. But it kept building, kept building, kept building, kept building. When this one particular weekend, there was something that really happened to one of my children. And we also had a death in the family that weekend. So I was dealing with that. I was like, oh Lord, please, I need you to help me. Please help me. And there was a situation where someone that I love was put back in a situation. And I just felt like I had to get him out of that by any means necessary. I had to do it. And in doing that, some chain of events happened. But it helped me to realize, because I had to go through some other things, but it helped me to realize that God can do more than what you can do or what you can think you can do. Although it kind of felt pretty good. I mean, God can do more than you can do. But the phrase that weekend was, enough is enough. And you can push and poke and prod somebody to the point where they do just, it's a snap. It's a snap. Like I said, it takes a lot for me to get there, but once I'm there, there is no point of return. And so everything got worked out, but I did have to go through some programs. And then one of those programs was anger management. And I was like, I'm the last person that needs anger management. But in going to anger management classes, I discovered that you can't control anybody but you.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to be in control of your actions. So even though you're in certain situations, which you're justified in doing, if you're justified in doing it. However, sometimes people see it a different way. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your actions.
That's
and
right.
there are other things that you can do to kind of diffuse the situation. The number one is leave.
That's right.
Number one is leave. Number two, and I actually do this more than I count. And I start at 100 and I work my way down. And even if you need to go higher. But, and you also need to get to the point where you don't hold stuff in. Because that causes a different kind of stress. And I had a bout with pleurisy, never heard of pleurisy, didn't know what pleurisy was. And I thought I was leaving out of it. And I asked the doctor what causes it, and that's like stress. And for me being the kind of person, I'm not thinking I'm stressing, but I'm just taking on stuff and just kind of let it roll off my back, or I'll deal with it later, blah, blah, blah. Instead of telling you exactly, getting off your mind right then and there, hey, I'm not finna sweat all stuff. If you want to do that, fine, you go right ahead, but I'm good. Get it off your chest. Don't bottle stuff in. Because that that can kill you.
That's
It
right.
can kill you.
That's right.
So I really had to learn to. My sister will tell you right then and there. I'm the one that kind of got the poke and prodded out of me. But I'm getting more vocal and telling people, hey, I'm not finna go through that. So, and then you find out who your friends are.
That's right. That's right.
You find out who really in your corner.
That's right.
You really do. Because people you think gonna be there,
They not there.
they not gonna be there. That's why my circle is very small. That I may associate with you. You may know of me, but you don't know me. There's only about a handful of people that actually know me. That I consider one of them. We've been friends since high school. So I just say, just don't hold stuff in. You know, I'll go God. He's always there. He's always there. But you do have to talk about stuff. And if you don't feel comfortable about talking to a family member, go to counseling. We don't like going to counseling because we don't like people knowing our business. But go to counseling. That person don't know you from a hole in the wall. So if you go to counseling, you got somebody that can give you an objective view. Like, hey, this person's doing this the way you do it. And then you can kind of do a self-examination of yourself. But that was my experience. I appreciate most of y'all in this church didn't know that. But there's a time and place for it.
Well, God bless all of you and to all of you who have come forward and talked about your experiences. I applaud you for, and I'm praying for holy boldness in you that you will continue to share these stories. Because we are in an epidemic situation. Yes. It is a cancer that is plaguing the world in epidemic proportions, and it is just, and a lot of what we're going to share as our organization, it goes beyond criminal. It is just horribly horrific to know that any person feels rightfully in his or her place to physically, psychologically, or any kind of abuse whatsoever. You're God's children. You're not created like that, and this is not what you're meant to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Or even enduring. So we thank God for all of you, and we thank God for YCC. You Can Change. We've been around since 2004. I came on board about a year or so ago with Mrs. Johnson, and even though we have many things that we're working on, our primary initiative at this point is YCC Against Domestic Violence. And we thank God for Pastor Alston, who has been instrumental in working with us to create these kinds of platforms so that we can inform you, educate you. Because a lot of what happens is churches in particular, either they don't know or they know and don't want to know. Okay? Either they don't know or they know and they don't want to know. Okay? So what we're trying to do, our initiative is trying to aid pastors and spiritual leaders in helping to facilitate this type of change. First, educating you, and then giving you the resources that you need. Because we got to go beyond saying, let's pray about it. Bottom line, okay? We got to go beyond that. We need services in place for these women and men who are enduring that. And we need resources, or at least pointing you in the direction of where you can get the help that you need if you're involved in those situations. So we do have a presentation, and I'm not sure if Ms. Johnson actually wants to show the video since we've had such powerful testimony. I'll make her have that decision, but we're not going to be before you long, but we do have some information that we want to share.
You know what? I've just been sitting here holding it in. But the reason that I took on this initiative is right in line with our mission. The core of our mission is working with families and communities. And so how can you work with families and communities and not bring something out to the communities, which includes the churches, about domestic violence. Domestic violence in this state is very pervasive. It is invading homes, workplaces. Now it's filtering in another direction, our children. The teen domestic violence rate is soaring. When I was working for the state of Tennessee, and I was a trainer, and every October we would do a domestic violence presentation to staff people. That's the point I learned. That was in 2002 when we first did our domestic violence presentation to staff. That's when I learned that Tennessee was number 2 in the state, in the nation, for domestic violence. Wow. 2 in the nation. I'm talking about the nation. When you look at the nation, I said, wow. Then, a little bit later, I got so wrapped up in it, I started really looking at it. And then, a little bit later, we didn't go much further. We came down to number 6 in the nation. A lot of people don't know this stuff. But what I say to folks, if you think that you are getting past it, and it ain't happening to me, ain't nobody in my family going through it. Let me tell you something, when I start talking to folks about money, I get their attention. And where I'm going with that is the state of Tennessee is spending millions of dollars on domestic violence victims. Millions. I'm not talking about thousands. I'm talking about millions. It was so pervasive that the legislature back in the early 2000s put the Economic Council on Women. The Economic Council on Women. A lot of people don't even know who they are. They've never heard of them. But that's a group of women that the legislature asked to look into issues related to women. The workplace, the family, domestic violence at top of the list. The reason being that domestic violence was impacting women in the workplace. Some of these women had good jobs, they were doing, but that domestic violence destroyed them in the workplace. It kept them from going to work. They had men contacting them at work, all sorts of things. I could go on and on, but I'm not going to do that. But you know, way years ago, and I still hear this today, people have said something like, well, she must like it, she don't leave. That just burns me up. And the reason that it burns me up is because the people saying that don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand the impact that has on a person. You heard it today. You heard that. People, well, yeah, why don't she just leave? Let me tell you something else. There have been women that tried to leave, they didn't live. They didn't live. They were killed. You, young lady, were very fortunate. It just wasn't your time. I'm glad. Yes. But women, there have been women who tried to leave and they would get killed. There are women who try to live, they get stalked. They'll leave and then the perpetrator will find them. Even though they'll try to go undercover, they'll find them and stalk them and still make their lives miserable. So it's so much related to domestic violence. I love Tennessee, but I don't like it that even right now, we're still number 10. We ain't come out of the top. We're still number 10 in the nation.
But I want to interject this. I see the numbers coming down. At least we're not number 2.
Right.
Do you think that because of the involvement and because of the discussion about it now, that is bringing the numbers down, and hopefully the more that we begin to present it and work in programs like the Black Butterfly, which I've never heard of Black Butterfly before, but anyway, I'm going to have to read about it. Which is interesting. I'm saying I don't, but but I think it is. Like I said, because I'm actually praying, but my question, truthfully, do you think we're coming down now, praise God, because more light is being shed on it, and because more things are being done where we're sharing more stories. And the church again is becoming one of the nucleus, one of the safe places where we can again talk about things. Because like even with my daughter, the Lord had to tell me, and I had to learn this. I was her mama, but I was also a pastor. And as pastors, one thing I can say about my ministers, I try not to put that business in the street. If they come and tell me, even if it affects my children, because God had to tell me one time, remember your children are members too. So a whole lot of things you can't put out. But even at that, this church should be a safe haven.
Yes.
That where persons can come and can get the help that they need.
Let me say this. Back in around 2013 or 14, and I've said this in other places, the Southern Baptists did a survey. Now, Southern Baptists are very proactive. I have to give them credit. They did a survey back in I think it was about 2014 or 13. The survey said that churches were not taking care of domestic violence victims. You have people walking in your church every Sunday, sitting on your pews, and they're in pain. They don't know what to do. So you, my pastor, I should be able to come to you and say, Pastor, also, this is what's going on. My husband is abusing me and whole 9 yards. I want you to pray for me, but I want you to be able to do something else for me too. And so our focus is to go get into these places and say, and I think I want kind of addressing what you said, as a result of where we've been up here, we are coming down. But I want to say this real quick too. In Davidson County, 41% of the crimes are DV. Then the 41% of the crimes in Davidson County are DV. That's a high number. That's high. So we still got work to do. But the state of Tennessee don't want to just keep looking at it. So as a result of all this that's going on, they had a lot of things that Carl Dean, I have to give him, I didn't like the man too much. But what I have to do is say Carl Dean did start an initiative. He began to really look at domestic violence. He put a committee together and said, okay, let's look at this. Let's see what we can do. So then you had that initiative. Then you had the Gene Crow Center.
Yes.
The Gene Crow Center, some people don't even know what that is. Gene Crow Advocacy Center. She probably knows. Yeah, they are phenomenal.
Yes.
And I brought with me a lot of brochures and information that I want to leave with you. We have a lot of resources, but people need to know about it. And so, to me, the church is a hospital where people need to come to get healed and made whole and feel better. And so that's just not happening, but we're gonna try to help it happen as best we can. And so we could go on and on, but I'm gonna go through this real fast. I know it's getting up in the day, but this is so important. It really is. So some of you computer folks, like Pastor Al said, we Google this and we Google that. I want you to look up the Economic Council on Women. They've done a lot of work. They do a conference every year. They go all over the state talking about this stuff. They publish a report on it.
Now, that's not what I attended when y'all did at Kingdom Street. That's something
No, that's something we did. I'm talking about the Economic Council on Women,
Yes.
put in place by our legislators because of all of the problems related to women.
And can anybody attend this time?
But go on the internet and look them up. They are phenomenal. The Economic Council on Women.
Okay, good. All right, good.
But anyway, this PowerPoint is not long, but I still feel like with all the testimony, we still need these nuts and bolts. We gave out a power and control bill to most. I thought you'd already given that out. Okay, so let's go on. Pastor Austin basically already defined domestic violence. We're going to discuss the different types, explain the cycle of violence, and describe the impact that it has on children. Now, the impact that it has on children is person. Children are the silent victims, okay, because they can't stand up and tell a story, you know, but they're the silent victims of domestic violence. And thanks to Attorney Romaine, we were able to attend an ACES Summit last year. I was floored. That ACES Summit, I was just stunned. And that's another whole thing. But is that where we started? Okay. Why is it so low? This is my administrative sheet. I'm restrained.
Yes, ma'am.
And while she's getting that stuff, I just want to say the domestic violence crosses every single boundary you can name. Cultures, races, sexes, everything. And again, like the women said, the victims do something violent in silence. Dr. Bradley, were you talking? Were you talking to?
No, I was talking.
Oh, okay.
Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. The Lord has promised good to me. His word, my hope, secure.
Now also, like, hopefully we can get this done, but if we got trouble with it, you see, my boyfriend killed me, you too.
Yes,
So again,
yes.
so you need to, you know.
So here's the definition of domestic violence, and I think Pastor Austin gave a very good definition. It's right to the point. But it's just a pattern. But let me say this, you can read that while I'm going. But it's a lot of things. It says the punching, hitting, but it's also verbal abuse. It's also psychological abuse. It's economic. And you'll see that on the power control wheel, but we'll be coming to that. But it's just all types of stuff. And victims, again, do suffer in silence. And that's what the perpetrator wants. But let me say this real quick, too. Perpetrators need help, too.
That's right. Absolutely.
They need to be healed.
Yes.
They need to be delivered.
Yes.
But it's been proven through research and everything else that domestic violence behavior is learned. So if you grow up in a household where you hear and see that all the time, well, that's also the treat my wife and my girlfriend. You see what I'm saying? So again, I have to say this, and I'm not trying to talk you to them. The family unit is where it should start, where we teach our children what they need to know to be healthy. That's not only about relationships, that's about anything related to how they should be. And so if they step outside that, you can say, well, you know, I didn't teach them that. They didn't learn that from me. Okay, so here are the types: physical abuse, emotional, again, verbal, sexual abuse, financial, digital abuse, and stalking. The digital part, now we got the cell phones. And And so people are texting people a million times a day. It's something wrong with that. This is a person, this is somebody who's trying to control someone else. Keeping a check on you. And that's what we need to tell our teens as well. Just because a boy is calling you and texting you all day long, that don't mean he loves you. That's not what that is. That's not what love looks like. And so we've got to teach, educate. We've got to do this. If not, we're just going to keep on having the same problems. Eradication would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Eradication, but let's say if we can't eradicate it, we can decrease it. You know. All right. About the financial, real quick. This lady said she worked. This lady right here, I worked. She said I worked. I made good tips and everything, but he controlled all the money. It's women who have really good jobs, but the man that they're with control all the finances. That's his way of keeping her in check. You know, you don't need a whole lot of money. I'll handle all the finance. You just do what I tell you to do. And the other part of that is like she said, the woman begins to feel like, well, maybe if I would just do this and do that, he wouldn't do all that. He's gonna do it. It's not you, but that's what he makes you feel like. It's my fault that he's treating you like that. But it's just that will to control another human being. Okay. So there's your power control wheel, and we gave those out. These are all the spokes, all the spindles. That's the economic abuse, coercion, and threats, emotional. Just think, if the verbal part is very damaging. What if somebody just calling you out of your name all the time, telling you how stupid you are, or they tell you that nobody wants you, so where are you going? I mean, if somebody keeps telling you that over and over, you hear this all the time, that's devastating. So it does something to your self-worth. It does something if you're not strong enough to fight it back. But that's what the perpetrator does. He wants you to feel helpless. Okay, using the children. This right here, using the children. That's not Christian. It's kind of blurry. That's the best it's going to get. Somebody read that for me. Using the children. That's all.
Use the children, make her feel guilty about the children. Using the children to relay messages. Using visitation to harass her. Threatening to take the children away.
Threatening to take them away. If you don't do what I tell you to do, you ain't going to see your kids. Because I'm going to take them to leave and you ain't going to see them no more. So what mother wouldn't respond to that? You know, it's just so terrible. Minimizing, denying, and blaming. Using isolation. Someone asked this lady, I think they asked her, did he keep you, did they keep you from seeing your family? Generally they do. They use isolation. The isolation is to keep you from telling what's going on, or keeping the family or others from seeing bruises and things of that nature. So they use isolation. Barely move people to another state. The woman said, well, why don't we just move over here? Or why don't we just go here? You know, farther away from the family. That's what they do. They use isolation. And then it's emotional. Pastor also read this, emotional abuse. I got her working.
That's right, I'm here. Using emotional abuse. Putting her down. Making her feel bad about herself. Calling her name. Making her think she's crazy. Playing mind games. Humiliating her. Make her feel guilty.
Make her feel guilty for what he's doing to her. It's your fault. If you would get my laundry done, I wouldn't slap you. If you would have my dinner on the table when I come home, we could get along. You know, that kind of stuff. So then the woman begins to go, all I gotta do is this right here and here. You want it. But then when you do that, it's gonna be what? Something else. It's gonna always be something. I'm telling you. It's always gonna be something else. All right, what's the next thing? The stats. So here it is to what I said before. This is Captain Richter. She is the new captain of the Domestic Violence Division. It was Captain Drake, but it's this lady right now. But look at this, 41% of crime committed in Davidson County is domestic violence abuse. 41%, that's high for I'm talking about for Davidson County alone. Davidson County. Right now, while we're in here talking, a lot of women are being abused and bound. Right now, while we're sitting up here talking. But what I want to say to about the churches again, and I'm kind of back and forth. More churches need to do what Pastor Austin's doing. But every church, I see the Catholic, people talk about the Catholic too. They don't believe in divorce, and they don't this. But the Catholic Church don't believe in that abuse either. They had a big conference back in, I think, about the 1995 or something. I read that thing, I was floored. See, when I get involved in something, I want to know as much about it as I can. But the Catholic Church made some recommendations that I thought were phenomenal. They said every church needs somebody there that can deal with these victims and perpetrators. But they need to be trained to do that. They don't need somebody to, like Pastor said, somebody gonna be telling their business. But you know, Sister so-and-so came in, her husband, you don't need all that. These people are already traumatized. Every church needs to have somebody there that can deal with these victims. They need help, they're in pain. But let me say this, as part of that training, that person needs to know how to help them develop a safety plan. See, the safety plan will help you make your way out. But also, if a person comes to you and says, well, you know, I really want to get out of this, and you go through all that work to help them, and then they'll come back and say, well, Pastor Austin, I don't think I'm ready to leave yet. You can't say nothing to them. That's right. You can't say nothing to them. Well, if you told me you want to, no, This totally has to be their choice. But the only way you can understand how they're doing it fluctuating like that, you have to understand domestic violence. You gotta know as much as you can about it. And people just don't know enough. They don't know enough. But you know, ignorance is not always bliss. Ignorance can get somebody killed. But we do have a lot of resources that involve brochures. Gene Crow. The Gene Crow Center is phenomenal. Me and one of the people that work with me, we did a tour at Gene Crow. They do everything from nuts to bolts. They help with orders of protection. They help with, you know, when a person has to go to court, they help with that. Because they work very, very close with the district attorney's office. But I have brochures for them. We do have resources within the community, but if people don't know they exist, they can't take advantage of it. And I did find out that it's sad to say we only have 2 emergency houses here. That's Morning Star Sanctuary and the Y. See, every house, every one of these programs is not emergency. So like if I go through something, me and my husband get into it, and I just need to get away, and I call the police. Police will take me to Morning Star until I can kind of get myself together. You look at people like the Mary Parish Center, for example. There's a transitional program. There is a difference. But the man that started Morning Star, it's a man that started Morning Star. His name is Pugh. I met him. He said he started it because he came from a family where he experienced domestic violence. And he wanted to be able to help these women. So we have the resources available in the community, but it needs to get out there. Where are we now? Are we almost done with this? So,
I did want to point out before we move to the children aspect that police officers have a responsibility to do what they call COPS. And that is, there are 4 steps that they have to do. They must offer you the opportunity. Number 1, just because it is a domestic situation, there does not have to be an arrest in that situation. Okay? Understand that. So let's say you and somebody get into a situation and they can't tell who the actual, they call it the dominating party, the person who's actually creating the violence, the aggressor. They can't make that distinction in the conversations that you have in the investigation. Nobody has to go to jail. However, they do have to offer you an opportunity to leave. They have to do that. So if an officer comes to your house and you aren't offered an opportunity to get out and go to one of those emergency situations, you make sure you get his badge number and find out who he is, because they are responsible for offering that to you. So you do not have to stay in that situation. Are you all understanding what I'm saying? That's very important, okay? So you must, they have to offer you a safe place.
We learned some of this stuff when we had the community news forum last week. It was very informative.
Things are happening now where I can. So.
Okay, so impact of domestic violence from children, the smallest and most silent victims. They are not able to speak out. They're not able to speak out. But the other part of it, wait a minute, the other part of it, I have to say a little bit about ACEs. These children are traumatized. And so what we've learned from looking at ACEs stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. Isn't that right? Adverse Childhood Experiences is what ACEs stands for. And so being in the field that I was in, working in with probation and parole, and just sitting in the field I was in, just about everybody coming there with bipolar. I was saying, where is all these bipolar folks coming from? But then when I started learning about ACEs, a lot of these mental health issues, drug abuse, a lot of that is coming from people who have been traumatized by coming out of these environments. I'm not saying 100% of them. Now, I don't ever look at anything like 100%, but a lot of them are. And let me say this real quick. Domestic violence is a health issue. Yes. It's a health issue. People don't know that. They say, well, that's just, no. Yes, it is. That's another workshop. But it's a health issue. And again, our state is spending millions of dollars. Women get bad, they'll go to the emergency room. Some of them have no insurance. Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that? Children have to go to foster care. Who's paying for that? So again, I tell people, you can be nonchalant about this. You can say, hey, ain't nobody in my family going through that. Okay. But your money is going to take care of these people. Then the other thing is people that get incarcerated. We take care of them while they sit in a prison. So all of this thing has a lot of tentacles, lots of tentacles. And let me say, we're about to wrap this up, but let me say this. We have an obligation to teach. We have an obligation to teach. We have an obligation to teach our young people, about self-esteem, feeling good about yourself. That's our obligation. A lot of these young people don't even know what a healthy relationship even looks like, because they're coming out of some homes that are not healthy. You see what I'm saying? So it does put a lot of weight back on somebody. But you know what? These old shoulders is pretty broad. I'm ready. I just need opportunities to be able to teach and to inform. I want to do that. That's my calling. Let's go. We about to wrap up. Is this the last?
Sometimes I wish I could fly far away to a place far above all the noise that I hear.
God for everyone for this. And I know we can only get so much information within so much time. I don't want y'all to be overloaded. And I know this is so needed. Thanks, Sister Johnson. Thanks, Sister Ellis. Thanks, Sister Walker. I see she's gone. I hope her and the children went downstairs to get something to eat prior to leaving. We're gonna continue to do these. Elder Mitch, I'm glad you came back. You see, we got these ministries that we as ministers and stuff have really got to do. God is looking for us. We've been assigned to do it. I'm going to give a prayer benediction. I know Leela was here, and I know she had to go. I know she works in that. We got Shannon here that's got a legal background and all of this. We're praying. I'm literally, I promise you, I'm literally on my knees now praying, God, what do we do? And how do we do it? But I don't want to do this overload. Yeah, there's some of them downstairs.
No, I'm asking her if she helped me because we probably need to go since you're about to finish.
Right, because what I'm going to do is I'm really going to give the benediction. Sister Johnson's got these brochures. We can continue this downstairs because like I said, sometimes you get overloaded and you can almost, get so much stuff. So this is all we can handle. This is 1 o'clock. And I think we got it in there. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to belabor us any longer. We're going to do the benediction. I'm going to bless the food. We're going to go downstairs. We can continue to talk around the table as we do this. Also, for Sister Walker and Sister Ellis, I'm going to get with with Sister Thorne, she's not here, and with others to make y'all a love offering. Sister Johnson, we're going to get you a love offering for YCC, but we're going to get you some, we're going to get you some love. You didn't ask for it. We're going to bless you. Sister Walker has those children. She's raising her grandchildren. We're going to give them some love. We're going to put our money where our mouth is. You can't beat God's giving. And all that, I'm going to quit talking. Eternal and gracious God, we thank you for what we heard, for what our eyes have seen, our ears have heard, and our hearts have felt. That, God, that is the vision. All you told me was to write that we're going to help our children overcome any test, whether it's spiritual, physical, or financial. And these are tests in life. So this is how we need to do it, and you're going to teach us how to do our ministries. We thank you for every participant here. We thank you for everyone that brought them here, Reverend Johnson, Sister Romaine, Dr. B, everybody, even my daughter, because we didn't intend for that to come out today, God. That's the way you do it. And so we just thank you, and we're blessing you. We thank you for the hands that prepared this food. We're going to go eat this food for the nourishment strength of our bodies. We're going to fellowship, but there's ministries that we need to do right here, right now, and in this place. And we just thank you for it. And God, anything we fell in asking, because that's where we are now. You will not fail in granting, but you are able to do exceeding abundantly above all we ask, I think, according to the power that is within us. And you taught me to pray, since you, oh God, and Jesus and the Holy Spirit is within us, we do have some power. So thank you for the ability to use it. And may the peace of God abide in each house. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.